Alrighty, welcome back. We have got to finish HandleInner. I missed part of it. I forgot part of it. It was supposed to be an example of how you can trick yourself when you're working with normals, and I tricked myself. That's literally what I done. I literally proved the point of the example. Of course, unless I want to re-record everything. I don't get to give the example now. So I've added a column here. This one's on odd. And if you notice, when it's on odd, it's actually selecting the one below it. And now if I select here on the positive Z, positive X, it's not doing anything. So I can select sometimes the negative Z, positive X, but selecting one below it. And it acts differently actually on even columns, but it's still broken. So here's an even column. And nothing's happening. Actually, we're selecting way up here at the front, if you notice. So I'm not cleared out that row by clicking up here. We've got to finish HandleInner now. So we're going to jump over to our code. We immediately noticed I only have a negative X right there. Makes no sense at all because we have this down here. We're going to go ahead and copy our current two. I believe they need to change our negative Z's. Rename them positive Z. And we're going to check all this out. So let's see here. So on our positive Z, the first line, Z even, actually remains the same as the negative Z. And so does the second line. It pretty much imitates our negative Z in this case. That's fine. I'm not worried about it. The positions of these also remain the same. On our negative X positive Z, we are going to change it. It will be negative or minus negative index minus equal to the nugget count minus 1. And this will change to plus plus. And let's go ahead and check out our two current ones real fast. Hold on, let me get to it. So positive X, negative Z. Positive X, negative Z does need to change. As strange as that sounds, it appears to work, but it doesn't work. Once we get the rest of this other new code in, this ceases to work. And also, is our stuff placed in the right? Yes. And now for the negative X, positive Z. Well, I think I've already got, no, negative X, negative Z. Where are you? Right down here. And you remain the same. All the way down. Okay, let's put these into place, and we are going to do a normal check first before we put them into place. So a normal check, basically what we are doing, since we are working with, since our sides will come back with multiple angles, especially with our beveled top, that will actually come back with multiple normals. That will have a normal, that will have an X normal, a Y normal, or an X normal, a Z normal, and a Y normal. And we want to cancel those if the Y has a normal, because that's where he messes up on that beveled top. And this is not a perfect fix, but we also have to realize that this is a map editor equal to, let's say, Heroes of Might and Magic or Warcraft. You could also go a little bit Silent Hill with this. You could definitely lay out a city. Have random cities popping up everywhere. So if our Y is greater than our X and our Y is greater than our Z, actually if our Y has a value is what we should be checking, or we could be checking, but we are going to go ahead and do the more logical idea that there are no floating point errors. And therefore, if our Y is, so we're going to check, or actually we're going to check as if we do have a floating point error. So we want to make sure that our Y is, the absolute value of our Y is greater than the absolute value of our X and our Z. And if it is, then we're setting the actual normal Z, X and normal Z to 0. Okay. We're actually going to get rid of that line, but well, we're going to change it. And normal Z is greater than 0. Let's go ahead and just copy one of these. And our first one is negative X, positive Z. It'll be exactly the same. I'm going to copy it again. Else if our norm X is greater than 0F and our norm Z is greater than 0F, then if our positive, that'll be, yeah, our positive X, positive Z. Come on. With me here at Visual Studio. And then if our norm X and our norm X is greater and norm Z is less, of course that's positive. And if our norm Y is greater, wait a minute, I'm skipping one here, aren't I? If our yeah, that's a typo. So if our norm X and our norm Z are both greater than 0, then we'll do negative X, negative Z. That could come back and bite us right now. But we are good. Okay, let's go test this. Typo makes me nervous. Typos always end up embarrassing you in very tight situations. Alrighty, we're checking the odd first. Erase, boom, 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 boom. Okay, so the odd works now. Now we're going to check the even. And because of our bevel top, we can actually, although this is not using the bevel top yet, we can actually, well, because of the way our stuff is laid out, we can actually put one up there. It's off the side. Okay, that works now. Is everything else still working? It appears to be. I think I had a misplaced one there for a second that I'm going to check out. Yeah, right there. Look at that. That is negative X, positive Z. And that's just the editing the code. I missed this somehow. That's why you always check your code. You do a code review even if you're working alone. Not necessarily as beneficial as doing it when you're working with other people, but I think that was on an even row. Go to our race. Yeah, you still work, you still work. Are you working now? Yes, you are. Okay, let's go ahead and check our odd also, just to be careful. And that's an odd. And there it is. And that is it for real. Our lab 0 is truly now got all of its code. It's kind of boring. I guess kind of surrealist. But if you got something out of this, like and subscribe. God bless, and I will see you in the next video.